The Stock of the Day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. With over 17,000 markets and extended trading hours, turn US earnings season volatility into opportunity. Get started at IG.com.
Okay, stock of the day is a stock we look at that's in the news, and in today the Australian agricultural, chemical and seed technology business Nufarm came out with an update and says its cost-cutting program remains, quote, on track. The agricultural chemicals firm had previously flagged it aimed to achieve 50 million in annualised cost savings after recording a fall in revenue and profit across last financial year. Nufarm says demand for crop protection so far in FY25 been strong. Now this comes after Nufarm had recorded a fall in revenue and profit, as we said, last financial year. And you look at that 12-month chart and you can see investors haven't liked the last 12 months. Look at that, 595 down to 377. It's had a little uptick today on the update. Shawn, does this influence your view on Nufarm today's?
No, it doesn't really. I mean, the stock got downgraded last August.
Yep.
For all the wrong reasons. You know, increased competition in North America, lower demand in Europe. Earnings have been going down. Surprise, surprise. The share price has been going down with it. I just see no reason to buy the stock. I think actually the chart you put up there is probably being kind. If you go back a bit further in time, it looks far worse. To me, it's a sell. There's no reason I can see to own the stock, I'm afraid.
Okay. It's an agriculture. Do you class it as an agricultural stock?
Well, I do, because by definition, it's demand for the agricultural fertilisers, etc. property that it does.
Right. But a lot of people say stocks like this are cyclical. Buy them when they're on their knees and everyone hates them.
I totally agree, but the trouble is
when time to do it.
And I totally agree with that comment. But you know, when you're investing, and we call ourselves active investing as opposed to Mark, who calls himself a value investor. But the point is, when you're investing, where is that knees stage?
Right.
Because it would be very easy to say that stock's been on its knees for the last 6 to 12 months, and if you'd bought it during that time, and I have been foolish, have done that sort of action in the past.
Yeah.
And I think looking back on it, it's not been a prudent course of action. Right. I need a catalyst to turn around and say that stock's turned the corner on earnings, and cost cutting is not a catalyst for me.
So you're an investor. For want of a better description, an active investor is quick on their feet and they take advantage of changes quickly.
Try to be.
Yeah. So you'll wait for that to come. So you're sitting and waiting on Nufarm as a value investor, looking longer term.
Yes.
And you don't trade nearly as actively.
No.
Does Nufarm? I was going to say, does Nufarm even come on your radar?
See, the charts you're looking at are only a couple of years. If you go back 10 years, 10 years ago they were earning 43 cents per share. Now they're on 4 cents, I think. 4 cents. But it's been, if I look at 10 years, it's been a slow, steady downhill the whole time. There has been no joy in the last decade. So now they're on just slightly, and they've got less than 1% return on equity. I mean, it's like they've got hopeless returns on capital, 0.5% on their capital. So this is a business that I've only got 10 years history. I suspect it to be the same going back even further, but I don't know. But anyway, look, it's on an 80 PE. Now, why is it on an 80 PE? The market has been kind to it because it should have smashed the price down a lot further than it already has, because their earnings have dropped so much that it's just like I don't see any where the hope would be. So even if you could pick the cycle, let's say it's a cycle low now, and if you can believe that, I don't know, I wouldn't buy it anyway because they've got a total history of never performing.
Right, yeah. Those figures, from 40 cents a share down to 4?
Yeah, but it's not like it's just happened and then everything else has been good. It's been a steady, slow decline.
Yeah. While the market's gone up.
And by the way, they should be more of a picks and shovel type company than the actual growers.
Absolutely.
Because they shouldn't be hit with the same seasonal stuff and so on, because they're doing grain, they're doing all, and insecticides.
They're selling the seeds and the chemicals.
Exactly. They shouldn't be as cyclical, I would have thought.
But you know, as I said, the competition's increasing in America, demand's coming down. I like to call it the too hard basket.
Right. Yeah. You do have to question that. You make a really good point, don't you? That there shouldn't be cyclicality because
not as much.
No,
Not
they're
as
just a supplier the whole time.
So they should be good. And our return, we're showing negative 9% a year for the next 5 years. So you're going to lose 9% a year on default, on a margin of safety. You're going to lose 15% a year every year. So if you buy it today, our prognosis is not good.
Okay. All right. There
Talking
you go.
about that stock for too long, aren't we?
They tell it like it is, these two, let me tell you, as you could see with Nufarm, which is our stock of the day.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Turn volatility into opportunity this US earnings season with extended trading hours on over 110 key US shares. Get started at IG.com.